Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, I have a very short video of Kentucky's newest addition, the final piece of the roster for 2025, Miami of Ohio center, Reece Potter. And actually, this is going to be the last guy on the roster. So I'm not expecting him to make a significant impact on this team. But the one thing that I can say is that he is another one of the guys that just fits Mark Pope's style, his offense perfectly. He's not the most athletic guy. You will see that. Like I said, I only have a short clip of him. I couldn't find much on him. But the one thing that I noticed, even in the short little clip that we're about to watch, is that he does the things that Mark Pope likes out of his big man. He looks like he's a solid passer. And we know that Mark Pope's offense sets you up to have assist and playmaking opportunities as a center, but he also can knock down the jumper if you back up off of him and give him some space. He rolls to the basket decently well, and he makes himself a big presence on both sides of the ball. He can get in the way on defense, block a shot here and there. So let's take a quick look at Reece Potter and see what we like about him and see what we think he can contribute to Mark Pope's offense. And right there, right off the bat, you see him rolling to the basket to catch a pass for a dunk. And here he is again, diving to the basket. And that's one of the things that Mark Pope loves, is to send his centers or just anybody, like making screens and then dive to the basket. Make yourself available to get some opportunities going towards the hoop. And he seems to be able to move really good in the offense. And then here he is battling on the offensive glass. And, we struggle rebounding sometimes in the SEC. And you got to have good rebounders in the SEC. There's just too many strong veteran guys around the glass. So you got to have some big guys, some good presence around the basket. And there he is making some good passes. Like we were saying, there's going to always be opportunities to play make as a center in Mark Pope's offense. And then here he is, showing that you got to respect his jumper right here. You can't back up off of this guy because he can stretch the floor. And, even, like I said, he's not the most athletic guy, but he's showing you that he can get in the way on defense. He can make people have to adjust some shots, make it difficult to score around the basket. And then, like I said, obviously, if you leave him open, he's capable of knocking down the jump shot. There he is again. So he just seems like a guy that actually just fits the mold of Mark Pope's offense. And if he was more athletic, I could see him being really impactful in this offense. That's the only thing that I could say that I'd have to wait and see how he translates to the SEC. Is the SEC, he will be defending a lot more athletic guys. And the SEC is going to be sending a whole lot of good guards to the basket. So if he's able to slide his feet on defense and make some plays around the rim on the defensive end, he could be very helpful. But like I said, I don't expect much out of him this season. I feel like he's that last little piece that just shore up the roster. Obviously, we know that in the SEC now you have to have guys at multiple positions because injuries are going to occur. And when they do happen, you have to keep going. You have to have another man ready. And I feel like overall we have several guys at each position. We have versatility. We have different guys that can do different things, play multiple positions. And then we have, like I said, decent amount of shooters on this team. So I feel like this, as much as I liked last year's team, and I feel like without the injuries, last year's team was a Final Four caliber team. I feel like this team has more athleticism, better ball handlers, should be better defensively. So on paper, this team looks like it could be better than last year's team. But yeah, there you have it, man. Reece Potter from Miami of Ohio taking that last roster spot as it became available. Obviously, y'all know we lost Travis Perry. And just to speak on that real quick before I wrap this up, I have no problem with Travis Perry's decision, and he had to do what's best for him. I feel like he got recruited out of Kentucky. Just Mark Pope had to go get some guys that was a little more athletic, a little bit better size, a little more potential on defensive end. I appreciate Travis Perry for what he did for us last year in spots. And hopefully he'll be successful at Ole Miss, just hopefully not against us. But anyways, man, you guys let me know what you think about our newest and final addition to this roster, Reece Potter, transfer from Miami of Ohio. And we'll get back at it next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson.